What's going on, everybody? I'm Jory Goodman, the Time Teller. Hold on to your boots, because today we're going to be hating on one of the most beloved companies in all of horology, Rolex. Now guys, I know what you're thinking. Hey, you're just a hater. Well, guess what? I'm an equal opportunity hater. I hate on Tag Heuer, I hate on Hublot, and guess what? I also hate on Rolex and on Seiko, two of my most favorite watchmakers of all time. So guys, you all can get it. I can hate on everybody. No one's safe. And I hear you guys. I read all the comments, and a lot of my newer subscribers, by the way, I've been getting a lot of new subscribers. We just recently broke past 151,000 subs, so thank you so much. All of you freaking rock. But I hear you. A lot of you are wondering why in some of my more recent episodes I've been complaining that Rolex is just one big disappointment. Now, must be kind of confusing because I also have a bunch of Rolex watch reviews on my channel because I own, I think, like 5 Rolexes. So how can I say that I love Rolex, but then also recently I've been saying that I freaking hate them? Well, I'm gonna try to explain myself today. It's 2:51 p.m. Let's get down to business. Alright guys, so I understand. Why complain about something super consistently if you're not going to also offer some advice on how you can solve the problem? Well, today we're going to go over how we can fix Rolex, how Rolex can stop being a disappointment year after year after year. And guys, I'm saying all of this with love, okay? I'm currently wearing my Rolex Explorer 2, reference number 16570, and believe me, I'm wearing this specific watch on purpose. We're going to talk about it in a moment. So the first thing Rolex can do to stop being such an utter disappointment is to stop with the upsizing. Now guys, hear me out. I'm very worried that in the super near future, it's going to be slim pickings when it comes to men's Rolex models that are 40 millimeters or below. But the trend now looks like it's not going to be happening for a while. I mean, the Submariner bumped up to 40 millimeters. The Rolex Yachtmaster bumped up to 42 millimeters. And the Rolex Oyster Perpetual, which forever was their understated, sporty, classic, simple model, also bumped up to 41 millimeters. So that means the Oyster Perpetual is now the same size as the Submariner, their flagship diver. That is insane. So mark my words, guys, in the very near future, men's Rolex models coming out at 40 millimeters or below, not going to be a thing anymore. The second thing Rolex can do to stop being such a disappointment is to actually start making changes that truly matter. Case in point, the Submariner I just mentioned bumped up to 41 millimeters, but they also decided to slim the lugs, so it's kind of a wash, right? It kind of cancels each other out. You stack them next to each other, the maxi case with this new 41 millimeter slim lug design, they wear pretty much the exact same. I've seen them in person, I've worn them in person, super unimpressed. So why did I choose to wear this Rolex Explorer 2? Well, as we all know, currently the Rolex Explorer 2 has been bumped up to 42 millimeters for the past few years. And this actually has a true 40 millimeter Oyster case with slim lugs. Now, this also reminds me of my Rolex Submariner 16800, which is an actual Submariner, true 40 millimeter slim lug. None of this 41 millimeter slim lug. Like, just bring it back to the 16800 and 16570 days and we can all be happy. Another example of Rolex making changes that aren't really changes, but again, trying to present them as changes, are releasing the Sky Dweller on Oyster Flex straps. You didn't really change anything. You're just taking a watch that we all know that's been out for a while and then putting it on a new strap. Where have we seen this before? Oh, they did it with the Rolex GMT Master 2 Pepsi. They put it on a Jubilee bracelet and we were all supposed to freak out. And then they did it with the Batman. Oh, cool. You took a Batman GMT Master 2, put it on a Jubilee bracelet, and we're all gonna freak out. Watch. Next year, they're going to come out, or maybe this year, I mean 2021, they're going to come out with the new Coke, GMT Master Coke, and we're all going to be happy that the Coke came out. And then the year after that, they're going to put that on a Jubilee bracelet and we're all supposed to freak out. No, it's not going to happen. But I have a few predictions about that in the near future. Just give me 1 second, I'll get to it. The third thing Rolex can do to actually stop being a disappointment is to start offering new alternative materials. Now hear me out, this is gonna be super controversial, but if you think about it for 1 second, it would be so freaking cool. Now I'm talking about like bronze, deep sea, to compete with Panerai. That would be insane. Or, drum roll, titanium Daytona. Who wouldn't want that? Okay, I would line up to get that. Dude, a bronze deep sea to compete with a Panerai Bronzo and a titanium Daytona would be insane. But you know what? I'm scared that's a little bit too out of the box for Rolex. I think that's a little bit too edgy, too out there. Oh, Rolex doesn't want to take that risk. That's a huge bummer. Prove me wrong, Rolex. Please, God. And when we're talking about alternative materials, what about some newer complications? Come on, get with the program. Now, I'm gonna put a little asterisk here. I'm gonna say new complications outside of the Cellini line. I'm talking about a moon phase, all right? Give me a moon phase with an oyster case. And to go along with that moon phase, a triple date. Yes, I'm talking about a reissue of a 6062. I would love that. Give me these complications with the added resilience of an oyster case. None of this Cellini bullshit. And what about this? Okay, we have the Sky Dweller that has a really, really cool complication all about traveling and going on planes and stuff. And okay, we have things like the Yachtmaster 2, which has a regatta timer, again, for these, traveling playboys. Well, what about a proper world time? Like an actual world time with the globe map and everything, again, in an oyster case. That's what we want. I'm talking new materials. I'm talking new complications. I'm talking oyster cases making them badass. Ooh. Rolex won't do it. And I have some more predictions to go along with my prediction that Rolex won't do anything I mentioned today. So without further ado, here's actually what Rolex is going to do. I think in the next couple years, the Batman will be discontinued. They just did it with the Hulk. They did it with the Smurf. I think Batman next on the chopping block. But don't worry, knowing Rolex, they'll probably bring it back eventually. And then my next prediction, again, probably this year, 2021, the Rolex Explorer 2 is going to be released on an Oyster Flex. They're going to give it the newest GMT movement and maybe a ceramic bezel. And there's no way they're going to lower it back to 40 millimeters. It's just not going to happen. I think that they're so stubborn that if they bump it up a size, they can only keep going one direction. They're not going to be going backwards. I've heard some people kind of brainstorming, maybe they might, for 2021, go back down to 40 millimeters. That just won't happen. I would be astonished. That would be like them taking the Explorer 1 back down to 36 millimeters. It's just, no, they won't do it. I'd love for them to do that, but they won't do that. And again, they think we're idiots, so I promise you, I'm almost certain that they're going to release another one of their watches, probably the Explorer 2, on an Oyster Flex bracelet or strap, excuse me, and they're going to be like so excited to tell us about it. And it's like, okay, whatever. I can just get this. I can just get it later. Like, we can put any one of your watches on Oyster Flex. It's not impressive. Like, who wouldn't buy the watch on the bracelet anyway? Like, you'd want to buy it with the bracelet first and then get an Oyster Flex, because getting a bracelet after the fact is worse. So it's yeah, so stupid. But guys, again, this is just one man's opinion, and I'd love to hear your opinion on what you think Rolex could do to kind of make themselves less of a disappointment, and what do you think they're actually going to do? So I'd love to hear some 2021 predictions as well. So leave me that comment and we can talk there. And I also just want to clarify one more thing. I'm not saying Rolex has to fix themselves, because they're clearly selling a lot of watches and they're doing just fine without my advice. I'm just saying, like, a lot of enthusiasts are just, our hope is dwindling with Rolex. It's become less of an enthusiast's watch and more of just a casual's watch. You filthy, filthy casuals. But again, guys, if you enjoyed yourself, if you had some fun with this rant, then hit the like button, and it really does help us out a bunch. And if you subscribe, I would love that as well. And if you think you're already subscribed, then double check, because YouTube loves to unsubscribe people. And what helps with that is if you hit the bell icon, because if you hit the bell icon, you get the best chance of being notified every time we upload, and we upload a whole lot around here. And if you really, really love us and you want to go above and beyond, then please join the channel, become part of the T3 Army. Click the join button next to the subscribe button, and it's like YouTube's Patreon. It's like $4.99 a month. You get 6 pieces of content a week, plus access to the members only Discord chat. We do a weekly meetup where literally all of us just hang out. It's like one big Zoom meeting in a way, but we talk about EDC items, we talk about the stock market, we talk about cars, food, of course, watches. But yeah, guys, I'd love to see you there. So please join the channel, and yeah, check out the affiliate links in the description below. Check out my personal website, www.thetimetellershop.com. And yeah, guys, stay happy, stay healthy, stay blessed. I'm Jory Goodman, the Time Teller, and always remember, I didn't invent time. I just tell it. mean, I still love Rolex.